Conservative new media viewers and boxing fans around the world, what's up? We're here to discuss Sergey Kovalev's destruction of Blake Caparello and the upcoming Kovalev versus Hopkins fight that will be taking place in November of 2014. First of all, let's get to the Caparello fight. 2 rounds was all it took, and Kovalev actually went down himself in the first round. It was only the second time in his career in which he's gone down. He got his foot stepped on by Caparello, and that set him up, kind of got him off balance, and he was hit with a left hook, I believe, or lead left, and he was down. He wasn't hurt at all, got up quickly. Then in the second round, he first dropped Caparello with I believe a right hand to the liver, and that really hurt Caparello. He got back up, but then he was sent down 2 more times in the round, and the referee called the fight off. So another impressive victory for Sergey Kovalev, who now has a 92% KO ratio, which is the highest of any active champion at this time. He now goes ahead of Gennady Golovkin, who I believe is at 90%. So this sets up a great showdown in November between Kovalev, who is now 25-0-1 with 23 knockouts, against Bernard Hopkins, who is 55-6-2 with 32 knockouts of his own. The biggest thing in this fight, or one of them, obviously, is that Bernard Hopkins is 49 years old. Now, he is an alien. He is the executioner, and this is USA versus Russia. There's a lot of attractive elements of this fight. 49 years old is 49 years old. I do think there are ways that Hopkins can compete in this fight and potentially win this fight, and they are: Kovalev does leave himself open on defense now and again. Andre Ward pointed this out right after the fight, talking to Jim Lampley, and he is correct about that. So there are chances for Bernard Hopkins to land maybe a counter right hand. That's the first thing. The second thing is Sergey Kovalev has never gone past 8 rounds. So if Bernard Hopkins is able to take him into those championship rounds, it could be a problem for Kovalev, not because he's not good enough to do longer rounds. He's never done it as a professional. So there are possibilities for Hopkins in this fight. There definitely. We just saw Hopkins come off the impressive victory over, I want to say the guy's name was Shumanov, who was a pretty good fighter of his own. He's not at Kovalev's level, but a good fighter. Still, I would imagine the odds would favor Kovalev in this fight. He's the younger fighter. He's the harder puncher. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a clash of styles. You got 18 years between the two men. Sergey Kovalev is 31 years old, and of course, again, Bernard Hopkins is 49. So that's what we're looking at. Bernard Hopkins is the reigning IBF light heavyweight champion, as well as the WBA super light heavyweight champion, and that's not super light heavyweight. It's the super version of the belt for the WBA. So Bernard Hopkins has 2 of the 3 or 4 main belts, and Sergey Kovalev has 1 of the 4 main belts. So this is a unification super fight, and I can't wait. I'm a fan of both men. I have always been a fan of Bernard Hopkins going way back into the 80s. I'm a big fan of his. I mean, if he can do this, just has to give him all the credit in the world. You know what he's trying to do here. This is another attempt to do a Pavlik fight, attempt to do a Felix Trinidad fight. If anybody can do it, it would be Bernard Hopkins. And he will have chances in this fight, in my opinion. There will be opportunities for him to potentially hurt Kovalev or land hard punches, etc. So I like that Sergey Kovalev came into the fight against Caparello without doing a lot of heavyweight training. and his body looked lean and loose. He's going to need that endurance and energy. And when you're bigger and heavier and bulkier, it takes more oxygen out of your body. You want to be lean and light because it uses up less energy. If you've never gone beyond 8 rounds, you need as much energy and oxygen to your muscles as you can get. Sergey Kovalev has incredible power. He doesn't need to lift weights to gain more power. So I would come in the same way he came in tonight, and we should see a heck of a fight come November 8th, 2014. I believe I don't know if it'll be on HBO or if it'll be on HBO pay-per-view. I'm not really sure about that, but may the best man win. Great performance for Sergey Kovalev tonight, and he will face Bernard, the alien/executioner Hopkins, November 8th, 2014. We are very much looking forward to that fight, and I'm sure all of you are too. Finally, we will try to get some video highlights and put information for them in the video description below the video player of the Kovalev versus Caparello fight tonight, if we can find them. Just typical Kovalev, just destroyed the guy. And not only that, Kovalev is smart. The last 2 men that he knocked out, he hurt both of them the first time with shots to the body. He's a very intelligent fighter. Once he senses where the weakness is or where he can get you, he will go there and just keep going there until you show that you can stop it. So, great stuff from him. Can't wait for the fight in November. For Conservative New Media, I am Paul F. Villarreal. We encourage you to come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group, and we encourage you to come and follow us on our Jeremy Lin video account on Twitter. You'll find information for both of those things in the video description below the video player as well. That's it for now. Great night of fights. I'm actually going to try to catch some of the Brandon Rios fight after I finish cutting this video. Saw the Jesse Vargas fight. That was a nice fight. So we love the sweet science here at Conservative New Media. We know you guys that are watching this video do too. Can't wait for the next big fight coming up. Can't wait for Kovalev versus Hopkins. Till next time, take care.